Maybe
Let me go ahead and just intro this, man.
I guess maybe I ain't been paying
The Chicago nigga.
Hey, man, how y'all doing, brother?
I'm all right, man.
I mean, I was decent until I was watching this fucking Bears game, bro.
Yeah, man. The Bears getting their ass demolished.
The
nigga.
first game.
And then, like, the part that pisses me off is the fact that this is essentially a brand new Green Bay team. Damn near. Granted, Matt LaFleur is the coach. He's been there for what, 3 years now?
I mean, actually, it's really not. I mean, is the biggest change obviously is
Jordan Love.
Yeah, from Aaron Rodgers. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty big change.
That's a huge change.
Yeah.
But most of their squad is still like the same team they've had like from last year. They ain't got too many new people.
Who gives a fuck? We should still beat that ass.
Actually, no, we shouldn't. The Green Bay Packers have pretty much dominated the Bears for like the past decade.
Right, but at the same
With
time.
Aaron Rodgers, though, right?
No, they had Aaron Rodgers, and before then they had Brett Favre. So they had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. Now,
Right.
who knows? Jordan Love may fuck around and be the next Hall of Fame quarterback.
So Aaron Rodgers, I know his record against the Bears was like ridiculous. And like you play the Bears, we play Green Bay twice a year.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he ever lost. No,
he did lose. He lost 5 times.
Was it 5?
Yeah, but he won. It was like he's like 27-5 or some crazy
Right.
shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
He basically tells us every time, I own you.
Yeah. 27 may be an exaggeration, but he's won. He got it's like 20-something victories. I know that. And I know he's only lost 5 times. Justin Fields has never beaten the Bears.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It ain't gonna happen today either. Anyway, yeah, it's
the first thing.
That's
First drop, man. How y'all doing?
Man, shit.
How was your week? It's been about a couple of weeks going off.
Yeah. It's been
You was out of town like a couple of weeks ago, right? You was out of town.
yeah. That was before the last episode.
Was?
But it's been because it's been about because that was before Nia went back to school, and Nia has been back at school for at least 3 weeks now.
Damn.
Yeah. That was we got back the week she was going back to school. So yeah, but San Diego, home of Ron Burgundy, it's pretty awesome.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have a teenager in high school? This is her first year, right?
Yeah, she just went to her first homecoming dance yesterday. So
I saw that picture. She looked grown.
man, gee, it's so wild.
Yeah,
It's so crazy. She got her own style though. I will say that. Like she don't, you know what I'm saying? Like she I don't even know where where she be finding the clothes, like the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I know she told me the name of the website, but she like a lot of Amazon stuff, man. But she looked good. Took her up there, man. They had like a little photo shoot in front of the school before her and her friends and shit. They had a little photo shoot beforehand. One girl's mom was a photographer, so she came out there with the whole
shebang.
Yeah, she had the big, you know what I'm saying, like she needs to be on the NFL sideline shooting with that camera type shit. You know what I'm saying?
God damn.
Yeah, she's like professional. So they got some really nice pics coming.
They got some professional pics.
Yeah, man. It was pretty crazy. But yeah,
That's
man.
dope, man.
Yeah, man. Motherfuckers getting old.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Your birthday, man. You celebrated your birthday. How old you turn?
36, man.
36.
Yeah,
4 more
man.
years to 40.
Yeah, I know. And I know that 40 knocking, man. 40, but I'm embracing. I've been feeling like I was 40 for like 10 years now. So, I always had an old soul, G. So, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, but it's one thing when your soul is old and when your body is old.
Yeah.
It catches up to you.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice that now.
Yeah, but it gets a little. It gets worse. I mean, as long as you take care of yourself and shit, you'll be fine. But it's definitely like differences in terms of like only time I really notice it, man, in terms of like recovery. Like if I injure myself or like if I ever like get sick or anything like that, it just the bounce back.
It's a lot
It's
harder.
not. It's just not as quick. You know what I'm saying? Shit just takes a little more time to heal.
Yeah, man. I need at least a day and a half after drinking, bro. I can't do 2 days. Even for like, I'm a lightweight, man. I need like 1.5 drinks. And I'm good, but then the next day, shit, I'll be slapped, man. I'm still recovering. So I'm already feeling it, man.
Yeah, I've had those moments. Recently, the past two weeks, I've been drinking a lot.
Yeah.
But it's just a lot of water. So you already know I use the washroom like every 5 minutes. So as soon as you break the seal, it's a wrap. It's over.
Got the bladder of a 90-year-old man.
Yeah, man. It sucks. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fresh off vacay. I went to the Ozarks for the 3rd year.
Yeah.
Found myself on a boat with a liberal, a Republican turned liberal now. A liberal, as he's from Spain. My lady's sister's boyfriend, and me on a boat.
What did
just us three?
Please explain
the beginning of a joke?
Right,
because it's a weird.
It's like a black man, white man, and Chinese man.
It really is like that because her dad's a heavy Trump supporter. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't fuck with Biden whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? So he has some points that, and then like Leo, you know what I'm saying, which is my girl's sister's boyfriend, he's like a walking encyclopedia. So anything the dad says, he's instantly Googling. And he's pulling up articles. And within like 5 minutes, he's like, well, on the contrary, this
would annoy the fuck out of me.
This actually hasn't really happened yet. If you see this law, and I'd be like, mind you, I'm sitting there just high because I'm off of edible because I'm just sitting there like, oh, this is entertaining. Like we were supposed to go fishing. And we didn't end up going fishing. The girls went out and did their thing, and us three went out and did our thing. But it was cool though. You know what I'm saying? I conquered the fear of swimming in deep water. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that was a great feeling. It's just a good time to relax and reset.
You can swim?
Well, I got a life jacket.
Can you swim?
I can swim, but I'm very scared of large bodies of water.
Is it just like a natural fear? Did something happen to you?
No, just a natural fear. Like if I literally have to keep moving because if I turn around and I just see, like, you know what I mean? I would just like kind of panic a little bit. And with lake water, it's like you got fish hitting your legs sometimes. Like you don't know what it is.
Yeah,
you just pray that it's a fish. You feel me?
I mean, in most lakes, like it's not too much you have to worry about in terms of like predators that are gonna.
You
ain't gotta worry about no fucking sharks or nothing like that.
Right, but they do have poisonous snakes that do swim. But those are more so into the forest area because they don't like a lot of movement.
Right.
So like we're right there on the lake and there's like a lot of boats. So you're not really worried about the snakes. But now if you go down that little path, you may run across, something to, bite you or something. And there's some poisonous snakes out there. I don't know what the name are, but they're out there.
That's too much nature for me. I gotta watch out for a poisonous snake while I'm walking.
Well, not while you're walking. I mean, like if you're not, like I said, if you're not in like the forest going deep into it, you know what I mean, you're pretty much cool.
Yeah, man, niggas and trees don't mix.
That's good to get out of a little nature every now and then, man. I never been to the Ozarks. I've always heard how nice. You always talk about how nice it is. I've heard that before.
It's a place to definitely disconnect. You know what I'm saying? It's very peaceful, very quiet. You know what I'm saying? All you do out there, like we drank so much, bro. We had a case of beer. It was like it was a 15 pack.
15 pack.
We had three.
A 15 pack?
Yeah, like they had a 15 pack, like like the craft beers. Like they come
came in 15.
Yeah, they come in 12s, and because it's a variety pack.
Okay.
So if they got
because there's normally like 6, 12, 24.
Yeah, no, that's a 15. Revolutionary do that because they have like 4 different types of craft beers. So they give you 3 of each.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That would be 12.
No, I mean 4 of each. Four.
I'm fucking with you.
But we had that. We had 3 bottles of
That was your phone.
Yeah, we had 3 bottles of fucking vodka, a gallon of whiskey, a thing of sangria, and we had a run.
My liver would be shot.
We drank all that from Wednesday to Sunday. By Sunday, it was nothing left.
Oh, that's disgusting. How do y'all do it?
It was nothing left.
But how many people was it?
4.
That's a lot of liquor through 4 people, bro.
I mean,
that is 4 people. And you said 50.
When you're on vacation and you said from Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 5 days.
No, bro. But Wednesday and Sunday, I'm assuming y'all traveled. Oh.
That shit's scary. I thought that was the bottle.
As you was holding it in your hand, you thought you had dropped it?
I thought like half the bottle just broke off. I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie, that's what I thought too.
I was waiting for the beer to drop down. Nah, but yeah, man, that's a lot. I mean,
That's
within
a lot of
5
liquor.
days. But I mean, you know, and yeah, I gotta give the motherfucking mayor. So I went to my class reunion, C.V.S. It was right across the street from River Oaks Mall.
Shout out to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, shout out to all the Cavaliers.
What is it
out
now? Is CVCA? Or?
CVCA,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
I think the year 1999 was the last year. I think it was actually called CVS or some crazy shit like that.
I would just call it the V.
Yeah, we just call it the V. But they filled up the whole River Oaks Mall. All right, touchdown Bears. The whole River Oaks Mall was filled. The parking lot was filled.
Yeah, for people to walk over, yeah.
So I got there late. I got there like around 6 because I had to work that day. So when I got there, most of the people were still, a lot of the people were still there, but a lot of people had already left.
Yeah.
Because they was going to the after party that was at Visions. Bro, when I tell you that every cold chick, everyone except for like 2, still looked the same.
Oh, wow.
No, the 2 look the same. The rest of them look like stackable washer and dryers. Like I was just like, hey. One girl was like, Larnell, what's up? I ain't seen you in a minute. And I'm like, she like Ebony from food service. I'm like, okay.
Damn, you shout her name out too. Go ahead.
No, that ain't her real. That ain't her real name. Cause she watches the pod. She's a fan of the pod.
That's even make even better because we're gonna talk about a fan.
Oh no, it was a lot of them that said that. Like, you know, hey, you don't remember me? Da, 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 da. You know, but yeah, I was just like, oh, okay. And then it was, oh my God, it was one dude still out there gang banging. We sitting out
in his
there
40s.
In his 40s, bro.
God damn it, man.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was probably the liquor. Guy got to him. He was having a conversation, and I guess one of the dudes was like, yeah, man, I used to roll with the moles, and dude just got really upset. Like, you ain't never roll with us, nigga. You ain't never fought the hallways, nigga. I was just like, bro, that was like 25 years ago. What are you on?
Hey, man.
Man, you know, that just triggered me. I hate when niggas say they was riding with us in high school. They wouldn't ride.
Hey, man, a lot of people still take that shit very seriously, man.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I was like, you know.
And that just goes to show how people hold on to them high school years. How much your high school years really form who you are. Because if you get that emotional from something that happened 20-something years ago.
Yeah. But, you know, the thing about it, what I did notice is that, like, all the dudes that feel like they had something to prove, they was in their Sunday best. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they got the $400 sneakers on.
Trying to flex on.
They out there flexing. They got one dude, he had 4 chains on. They all look different colors. And I guarantee none of them shits was real. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they was out there studying. All your regular cats, we was out there in regular joints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't know why, though. Why they do that?
I don't know. I guess they want to, you know.
They're trying to impress motherfuckers that they used to go to school with, man.
Yeah,
everybody want to go back and have people thinking, oh, he's doing so well. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, which to a degree, I kind of get that because, again, you know, people hold on to what happens to them in high school or just their general image in high school, like that formates your years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like especially if you weren't popular in high school, chances are. For the rest of your life, you're probably not going to be the popular guy. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you were the same, you know, I'm like, that's just how it is.
Or it could be like the people that weren't popular, they want to come back and, like, you know.
And that's what usually you would expect.
They want to come back and try to flex, you know.
And that's what I'm saying.
Look at how my life turned out.
And right. And that's the thing. And that's what I'm saying. So that's why it's like, maybe it is for the people who just weren't. I guess they weren't popping in high school, so now they want to pop that shit. But it's like, I don't think.
I just know that, like, it's cool because I go to Morgan Park. We have our class picnic every year, so I go. It's always a good time. Yeah, and I go to, like, see people, hang out. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy myself. But I'm definitely not out there
trying to look. I was definitely not looking for anybody that was like, oh man, I gotta see. You know what I mean?
But I also have no interest in, like, reliving my high school years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had a great time in high school, but it was that was it. It was over. Okay, then you move. I had I had a good time in college. I don't want to go back there. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to go. Like, I'm good. Like, so it is always weird to me. And then, like, because some people, like it or not, peaked in high school.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, like, their social currency, like, what they were, like, you know what I'm saying, what they've done, what they accomplished, like, where they lay in the social hierarchy. Like, high school was their best time.
Yeah.
And, you know.
It wasn't my best time, but I definitely peaked in my junior. That's when I got, like.
You said you peaked in life in high school, nigga?
No, not in life, but, like, in that time frame, I went from 2 years of not being stuffed in lockers, very short. You know what I'm saying?
You get stuffed in lockers?
Yeah, I got stuffed in the locker twice.
Holy shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
God
like,
damn.
I didn't really get, like, kind of like that peak in high school.
I don't think I would have told us that, bro.
Hey, man, we grown now. You know what I'm saying? Shit
true.
happens.
Yeah, it's true.
His brother had to save me a couple
I
times.
remember that. That's why I'm laughing so fucking hard.
His brother had to save me. I was like, bro, help, nigga, help.
So
Hey, let him go. He cool.
Hey. The V was a wild place
It was
back
wild.
in the 90s. Like, you
was
know what I'm
wild.
saying?
I believe it.
The V was definitely wild. Like not quite East Side High, but East Side High-ish.
Oh, it was
You
damn
know what
near
I'm saying?
close.
Yeah. No, the V was wild back in the 90s, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I went to high school in the early 2000s, so you know.
Yeah. But shout out to the mayor. He came out and actually officially named September 3rd C.V.S. Day because we have the largest class reunion. He came out and gave a speech and gave them the plaque that he's like, from now on in Chicago, September 3rd will be known as Chicago Vocational High School Day.
Hey, I'm normally not that guy.
Don't be a hater. Don't say that hater.
He ain't got shit to do. I already know what Rell about to say, and I already know. I back whatever the fuck he about to say. I already know.
Yeah,
What
because they got shit to do with CVS. I feel like this nigga got bigger fish to fry.
Thank you. That was just my. It's like, bro.
Like, you, what?
Yeah,
You
man.
handing out plaques?
You have way more important shit to worry about. I saw that.
With all these fucking migrants and shit.
I swear, bro. I saw
You had
that
fucking
shit too.
Right, you had
Man.
CVS class reunion.
Yeah,
handing
he
out
was there.
plaques.
He was chilling.
He been all over the place doing shit like that. Have y'all heard? I know this ain't. We not going to talking about this for real, but have y'all heard that he wants to put them in like
The hotel?
Nah, it's not like he's trying to build like an encampment or some shit somewhere.
Oh,
like a tent,
like a tent
city.
Like a tent city, yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to build like a tent city somewhere.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's just like this shit is getting. I know.
My thing is this. I know we're going to get a little sidetracked of it, but, you know, shout out to him for giving us the CVS Day. But, like, out of all the empty buildings in Chicago, like, that's where you going to put them outside. Chicago has the most brutal
we need
brutal winters.
We need to send. Let me stop.
Hey, man, I'm about to say no. Hold on, brother. Like I don't give a. I know where this you about to go, Larnell, but
No, I'm just saying. Brother. No, it doesn't make sense for you to put them outside when we're about to hit wintertime. Like, what sense does that make? You gonna take these people that's used to 70, 80-degree life, and then you gonna put them in a park?
I think this is just shown as a country federally. We need. You know what? And you just brought up Trump. And obviously,
just say Trump was right, brother.
When it comes to this immigration shit,
that nigga was right.
I didn't realize, and we didn't understand because we live in northern cities, right?
Right.
And that's what Governor Abbott. I mean, yeah, he got some fucked up policies and all this other shit, and I don't agree with his method because like these people have really just become political pawns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's fucked up what they're doing to these people, right? But at the end of the day, bro, we need some sort of comprehensive immigration policy.
What? You agree with Donald Trump? How dare you? You are anti-black.
There should not be. Like, I know they're seeking asylum and all this other stuff, but bro, we need to hold them at the fucking border. Like, we ain't gotta let them come in and take up all this fucking space.
My thing is like, where did this all come from? Because
you know where it came from.
Because before Trump was in office, we never really had a huge immigration situation.
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah, we did, right. It wasn't brought to the forefront. Yeah.
And they weren't just busing them up to Chicago.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a whole process to...
No, it hasn't been a fucking process.
It's never been a process.
They've just always been in other states that's not here.
Exactly.
They've been because they cross over the border state, Texas, for California. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see so many. They had so many undocumented people over there, and the governor of Texas is probably. I mean, is finally just like, you know, this is okay. Y'all want to be liberal. Y'all policies. Y'all want to allow everybody to come in.
So you take them.
Yeah. So you deal with this shit.
Right. And I can't. And that's the thing. I can't be mad at them for saying that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, it's wild. And I really do hate. Like, I don't want to see anybody having to sleep outside. And I'm not saying that they don't belong here, any of that shit. But the way we as a country go about this is asinine.
It is.
It's laughable that we have come to a place where this is happening, right? That we really don't. Then you see, there's no plan, there are no rules. They just making this shit up as they go along. And obviously, they weren't expecting the governor of Texas to start busing, because I'm pretty sure that my man in Florida was doing this shit too.
I think Arizona too.
Yeah, these border states where people are coming up.
New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like they're sick of this shit. Like, okay, y'all gonna have to deal with this too. And I don't agree with the method, but I understand the sentiment. Like,
I agree with the method, because my thing is like it's easy to talk shit when you don't have to deal with it.
Max.
So and my thing is like, okay, so you think we just saying this shit just to say it. So how about this? You deal with it and you tell me how you feel about it.
I get it. I understand it. The only reason I don't agree with the method is because these are people.
No,
right?
I mean, it's a part of the game.
These
though.
are human beings.
Okay.
I know. I'm with you. No. Again, I'm all for human rights and all, but at the same time, it's a part of it. Like it's one of those unfortunate things.
I really think right now, it's the media is really blowing it out as more so as
blowing it out. How?
Because
nigga,
I mean, I'm not saying, but follow what I'm saying. Like when Obama was in office, right? We knew about the immigration situation. It was never like publicized on every channel. It's on wait, hold on, let me finish. It was on at 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 o'clock in the afternoon, at night. Like, it's everywhere now.
Yeah,
like,
because they're busing people to other cities. So obviously, it's more of an issue now. Like, that's. I
mean, I'm just my point. What I'm trying to make is, it wasn't such of a big deal until Trump made it a big deal.
That's not true. That's not true. Let me tell you. No, that's not true.
Because where was the media attention when Obama was in office for 8 years?
I'm going to tell you, because first of all, the majority of the media is liberal ran. So you have to understand something. They're not going to talk about.
So it's still liberal ran now?
Hell yes, it is. But the big difference is when it comes to the issue now, one, what's happening now where governors are busing immigrants to different states was not happening during Obama years. They were just staying in those red states for the most part. So if
they were staying in those, let me ask you on this point before you go any further. They were staying in those red states.
They were keeping them there. Yeah,
they was keeping them there.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is, where was the media attention at that point where the governors was like, "Yo, this is an issue."
Okay. They did, and you know what they said? Oh, that's racist that you don't want them to come here. Oh, America. Hold on, wait. Then remember this. Let me know if this sounds familiar. America was found by immigrants. Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the things that's been pushed. So it wasn't that. It wasn't been going on since. It's been going on for decades, to be frank. But the way that it is now,
so it's more people now than it was.
No.
I'm looking at numbers. I'm trying to figure out. Is it more people now?
People are steady coming.
So people are steady. So in that case, because there's more and more people coming. But the only thing I think of it is when Trump came in office, Trump noticed this shit a long time ago. He was like, "All right, man, look, we got to do something about this." I'm not saying that they can't come in, but it has to be some sort of process. But what the media do? Oh, he's racist. He wants to build a wall and
but the way he went around it and the way he was characterizing Hispanic people coming in from Mexico was racist.
Yeah.
Did you listen? Okay, did you listen to that? Okay, so you listened to a segment. See, that's the thing, brother. That's
but if you talk about Hispanic people coming in and raping women and being and
That's
like
not what
he was describing them as like
He
a crime
said
wave.
that on
He
60 Minutes, though, bro.
Right, he said, so he's just so I'm understanding this correctly. Trump out his mouth said, in this context, Mexicans are coming in and they're raping women. That's what he said.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me find it because
Yes.
he was definitely describing the problem of Hispanic people.
He was
coming
like
in
all
in-
the
in-
immigrants,
in terms of crime.
all these immigrants that are criminals coming in, moving drugs, raping our women, committing these crimes.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if you're looking at it like the majority of the immigrants coming in the country are Mexicans, right?
No, that's another misconception.
And Venezuela and
That's
Haitians.
they're not, and that's another misconception.
And a
What
lot
is-
of people
what
coming
is-
in from different countries.
That's another common misconception.
But the problem is where the border is like where the issue is coming from is from our southern border. Like that is what's happening.
This nigga threw another pick. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, the issue is coming from our southern border. I know we weren't even supposed to be fucking talking about this, but the issue is coming
God, a
from.
pick six
and a touchdown.
That's a pick six.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Fuck, man. God damn it. What is wrong with you, bro?
All right.
Goddamn Bears.
Well, okay. Yeah, man. But anyway, it's really an unfortunate situation, and we probably should move on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Maybe that was meant for me to break that shit up. This nigga Justin Fields. I'm sorry. I'm going. We can go on to the topic. I'm sorry. Let me shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Well,
You literally threw it right to him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
as y'all listening, we have the Bears game on in the background, and it's 37-14 in the fourth quarter. First game of the season, Bears versus Packers.
Okay. And just Chris, I just want to find this so we could. This is a quote directly from President Trump
Where is this from?
from a speech that he said.
No. What are you reading? What website?
The Washington Post.
Okay.
This ain't. You
Okay,
know what I'm
go
saying?
This ain't shade room.
Right. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. He said, they're not sending you. What is it? They're sending you people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. So I remember he said something in direct correlation between Mexicans and rape, right? So he called them some of them rapists, right? So
No, but that's not what I asked you though. I asked you, did he flat out say that Mexicans are sending rapists? That they're coming. No, wait, no, hold on. I'm sorry, that's not what I said. I think I said that they're coming in and they're raping our women, something like that.
Well, no, he didn't say that.
Oh,
but
right,
he's
that's
saying,
what-
but
that's
he's
what y'all
saying they're
said, though.
rapists. Okay, anyway, but that's besides the point.
Either way it goes, the way he went about it was very racist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But anyway, okay, we've gone way off the rails there.
Yeah, I'll bring up my last topic later.
You talking about the Tony?
Justin
Yeah,
Fields,
I'll
man.
talk about it later.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, I got a couple of speaking of some wild shit. So, a couple of news stories right quick. The Chicago TV news crew was robbed at gunpoint. Ironically, while reporting on a string of robberies.
I heard about that. That shit happened like what, last week?
It wasn't that long ago. I know we were just talking.
Where was they at?
We were talking about Hispanics, but it was a Univision, you know, the Hispanic channel. Chicago television news crew reporting on the string of robberies ended up robbing themselves after they were accosted at gunpoint by 3 armed men wearing ski masks.
Golly,
Spanish language station Univision Chicago said a reporter and a photographer were filming just before 5 a.m. in Chicago's Westtown neighborhood when 3 masked men brandishing firearms robbed them, taking their television camera and other items. What the fuck you gonna do with that?
What are you gonna do with a camera?
I mean, that type of
They'll
camera.
figure something out.
They
They'll
gonna
figure
sell it.
something out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they'll
gonna
figure
sell it
something
for
out.
sure. But that type of I'm sure it was like had company anyway. Whatever. The news crew was filming a story about robberies in the Westtown community that was slated to run in the morning news. the footage they shot in the station was in the stolen camera, so the story never made it to air.
Damn.
If that ain't some Chicago shit.
God damn.
Motherfuckers robbed the news crew, stole the camera.
And why they reporting about stealing the news?
Right.
Stealing?
Ironically, they were reporting about niggas getting robbed. Oh yeah, hey, that shit do be happening. Matter of fact, give me that motherfucking camera.
Hey, West Town, bro, is a different monster. I worked in West Town. I worked on Chicago and Damon. And the stories I used to hear from the people that's been living over there for years. And like,
Yeah, because that area is starting to kind of be gentrified now.
This is the crazy thing about it, like, right? So if you go straight down Chicago Ave, you'll run into the west side, right? It's always been Ukraine Village for like since the like 60s. Okay. Like it's just always been Ukraine Village. So they got like Ukraine grocery stores, Ukrainian food. It's a lot of Ukrainians over there. So like, you know, when I was working over there, that's when the whole war thing kicked off. So they was always coming into the store trying to get service so they can contact their relatives back at home. But yeah, it's
crazy. That shit's still going on 2 fucking years later. This is just
right. And
in 2 years, and billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars being sent over there. Yeah. Don't forget that part.
This nigga that fumbled. Did he fumble again?
Yeah, he just
was
fumbled.
He down? This is.
I don't think he was.
I'm sorry. This is a debacle. This is a complete debacle we're watching.
This.
Yo, what happened? What?
This looks like a game off of BS High. I swear to God.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Like
IMG Academy.
Hey, Greg Olson. Like, damn, do I need to suit up and come out there? Probably, Greg. Shit.
Yeah, he looks speechless right now. He looks like a retired Anacrombia model. Like, fuck, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, man. But West Town is wild.
Yeah, West Town is crazy. Like they
don't try to shoot news stories in West Town. Motherfuckers getting robbed over there.
I'm gonna tell you, it's very gentrified, and the average house over there, the average condo over there is close to $600,000, I think, for a 1-bedroom.
$600,000 news crews being robbed. That's wild.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean, because it's still hood over there.
I know. I'm sure it ain't gonna be hood. It ain't gonna be hood no more in like 5-10 years.
If you go over there now, you can't even tell that it's hood. Like, dude was like, people be getting robbed around. I'm like, yeah. He like, but it's like mansions everywhere. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that means nothing, boss.
Yeah,
20 years ago, you could get a hooker right at this McDonald's, bro.
Oh, you probably still can.
Probably. Yeah, boy, that's wild over the West End.
That's
crazy. Chicago, y'all got to do better, man. How y'all gonna rob the news crew? What you gonna do with the camera? You go perfect Instagram videos?
They're gonna start their own news station.
right. Shit, they got the perfect camera.
Right,
shit.
they're gonna have some other filming YouTube.
Hey, remember
videos.
back in the day with the BDs, they had their own radio station. Remember back in the day?
Yeah. They used to have what was it, the bus down hour?
Man,
I remember that.
Yeah. It was. I think the BDs had their own radio. I forgot exactly where it was. I think it was somewhere off 75th.
Yeah, it was something crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, I forgot all about that. The bus down.
Yeah, that shit used to be wild. And they had that for a minute, Joe. Yeah, they had
it. For a long time.
Yeah, man.
So these niggas finna have their own news channels.
Right. You know what I'm saying? YouTube news.
They had the greatest quality.
Or they could be off some Snow and Bluff shit. You know what I'm saying? And just use that shit to film their own fucking crime rampage.
Or documentary. You never know.
Yeah.
Somebody might buy that camera and be like, yo, I'm a filmmaker.
If we know,
hey, come on.
If we notice any high
we got a
quality
camera
film,
for you.
I mean, because I'm sure that it's got some sort of Univision insignia on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I'm sure it's labeled.
Oh, they'll figure it out. They'll cross that bitch out.
They'll scrape it off.
Right. They'll scrape that bitch right off.
Yeah, like Univision had the garage sale, man. We paid for this. But anyway, moving on.
Nigga!
We should probably just turn this off.
Right. We should just turn this game off.
Trying to power watching the Bears.
My bad,
game.
bro. I could go ahead. Moving on in other news.
So a man was arrested trying to run from Florida to London.
What?
You heard me right. He was trying to run from Florida to London.
What kind of shoe deal he had?
In a makeshift hamster wheel. Well, it's not about shoes.
Wait. Wait.
And you have to remember now, a very key point in this is that there is no land that is connecting the Atlantic coast where Florida is and London. It's a big ass body of water called the Atlantic Ocean that separates the two. And this nigga was trying to run.
What?
He made this hamster wheel out of like a bunch of buoys, right? So he made this whole giant.
You got a
wheel.
picture of this shit, G.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna post it up so people can see this shit. Hold on. Let me find.
Oh my god, I need to see it. I need to see it right now.
Hold on. Where this shit at? Yeah. It's wild, B. So yeah. So that's the nigga. That's the dude right there. He was inside that shit.
Why was he running though? That's the thing I want to know.
There is really no. There's no fucking. It doesn't tell the reason why he was trying to run to London. So okay, so this dude's name is Reza Bellucci. He's 44 years old. He was spotted about 70 miles off the coast of Georgia by the U.S. Coast Guard, and allegedly claimed he wanted to keep going all the way to the UK on August 20th.
Wait, so he was in the water already?
He was in the fucking water.
70 miles off the border. That's
70 miles. No, it couldn't be off the coast of Georgia. No, Georgia is.
You said 70 miles off, so I'm assuming 70 miles off.
It says 70 miles off Georgia. That sounds weird. But anyway, he was in the fucking water, right? And according to court documents, the U.S. Coast Guard judged the makeshift boat manifestly unsafe. That's an interesting term.
Right.
And it was all kept afloat by buoys and wiring. His voyage began just days before Hurricane Franklin. So it was really fucking unsafe. Outside of just it not being safe to like be in the fucking middle of the Atlantic Ocean in this little makeshift contraption that you made. But there's also a fucking hurricane happening.
What the fuck?
He obviously didn't think this through.
Yeah, okay. But it took this. It was a 3-day standoff behind the shit because they couldn't get this nigga off, right? Because
a standoff? What was a standoff?
So because he kept saying he was gonna kill himself. So the Coast Guard comes. They try to get him off. He said, "I'm gonna kill him." So he showed them he had 2 12-inch knives, and said he would attempt to kill himself if they tried to remove him. Right? So they left him alone for a day. They come back the next day. Then this nigga said, "I got a bomb." He was gonna blow himself up. They called the bomb squad.
Wait.
Every fucking thing.
Yo, like this sounds like a cartoon.
No, this really fucking happened, Joe.
Wait. So he's in the middle of the ocean. They stop him. Don't come in here. I'm going to kill myself.
Yes.
All right, let's leave dude alone. Let's come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's getting late.
And then the next day, this nigga said, "I got a bomb."
And then the next day you come. Is he in the same spot or did he move?
Well, I'm sure it's in the ocean, so they monitor him. But you can't be in the same spot, even if he's not. Even if he's not moving, the ocean is going to move him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but they were monitoring him, obviously monitoring his position. I'm sure they still had a boat out there, whatever. Anyway, it took them 3 days to get this nigga out of this thing. So it turns out he didn't actually have a fucking bomb. Whole thing was a hoax. And they finally got him off, and obviously they arrested him.
If I was the Coast Guard, I'd have been an asshole, G. You in the middle of the fucking ocean. I'm like, man, let's go to the butcher. Let's get some blood. Let's just pour it around and they can just let the sharks go for him.
That's fucked. You gonna kill him, man?
Right.
I'm just saying. You deserve to die for doing this dumbass thing.
Hey,
did you really think you was gonna make it?
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Hey, he thought he was gonna make it.
Like so. you obviously don't care about your life.
No, I don't think he does.
You don't.
No.
You don't. Because you didn't do your research and even notice there's a hurricane headed your way.
I mean, he obviously didn't think a lot of fucking things
at
through.
All.
A lot.
This nigga thought he was about to run in a giant fucking hamster wheel made out of buoys. I mean, it's actually. I mean, the fact that he impressed is so. So for one, it's actually impressive. He was able to engineer this shit to get to the point where he could float and actually move out through, into the water with it.
Oh, bathroom break. I'm sorry, y'all. Go ahead.
But so it actually there actually is an impressive element to this. But he's obviously pretty smart. But he's also incredibly fucking stupid to think that you are actually gonna make it across the ocean.
Yeah, I don't know. What
It's one thing to be out in the water, like close to the coast, like paddling. Oh yeah, this is cool. He made a fucking hamster wheel that floats out in the water. That's beautiful. But you trying to run from the coast of Florida to fucking London?
Like, was it food in the hamster wheel?
They didn't say that.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
How did he use the bathroom?
I so many questions. I have so many questions, bro.
Because we know he was in there for at least 3 days.
Yeah, right, so I know you at least had to piss.
He may have had a bunch of jars of piss.
And
then it's like, so he's like, as he's moving, it's just, oh, that's so gross.
I mean, I'm sure. I don't know. That's a lot of unanswered questions here.
I didn't even think about that. And as he goes, the bottle of piss is rolling with him.
It's just rolling with him. Like that is so gross.
Hopefully he has.
Maybe he had it like to the side as he took naps.
What side though? Like
I don't know. Maybe he had a contraption. Maybe he had a compartment where he kept. Because you gotta. I mean, to be honest with you, it's a dumbass fucking idea, but it's kind of a genius creation that you created this.
I mean, he had to be intelligent to be able to create something like that.
So I'm pretty much sure he had like places where he kept his food, his phone, or whatever the case may be, a charger. Like I don't know, but I'm trying to give it the benefit of the doubt.
Your phone not working in the middle of the ocean.
Not in the middle of the ocean.
But
I'm just saying, like, you know, some people that do like sailing or do like extreme sports like that, they do have like a phone just so you. It may not work, but it's a tracking device.
Well, you gotta have a satellite, yeah.
Right, so they can be able to pin wherever you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even iPhones, if you're out of the service, they'll still have your location. So if you get lost, a lot of people use those like when they're in the jungles and shit like that. Like, you get lost, well, we know where you are.
If you're in the fucking jungle with your phone, whatever happens to you in that jungle, you deserve it. I'm sorry. What the fuck you in the jungle? But anyway, go ahead.
Some people love to hike.
No, boss, not no damn jungle. The tiger, you deserve to get eaten by a tiger. I'm sorry. If you just walk in the jungle,
hey man, people
cross.
cross. I mean, but you know a lot of our information comes from people that risk their lives to go through these jungles and
I agree
see
1,000%. You're absolutely correct.
We all watch these fucking documentaries.
Shout out to Steve Irwin. He died.
Right.
He died giving us information. Goddamn it. Shout out to him. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you died.
Got a stingray to the chest.
Right. You see what I'm saying? That's a hell of a way to go.
This man, but that man,
and of all the animals,
a fucking stingray.
There's many poisonous snakes and all types of large carnivorous mammals and shit that he's been around.
Crocodiles and nigga wrestled and shit.
And reptiles, giant fucking reptiles, crocodiles, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, alligators, man, all these things. This nigga got killed by a fucking stingray.
Hey,
that's not.
Rest in peace to one of the goats, bro.
Yeah.
He a goat.
Yeah, man.
Man.
But yeah, so that's it for that one.
Oh man.
Last news story, which is this isn't weird. This is but Chicago related.
Okay.
University of Chicago agreed to pay $13.5 million in a settlement by a group. A lawsuit was brought against them. Them and I think 17 other universities, alleging that they were engaged in a price fixing scam. Says 5 former undergraduate students from Northwestern University, Vanderbilt University, and Duke University leveled the lawsuit against 568 Presidents Group, a consortium of 17 colleges and universities that collaborated on financial need formulas and received exemption from the U.S. antitrust law by practicing need-blind admissions. Now, need-blind just means that they're not looking at the needs of the applicants, right? Like if they're poor, they're not looking at their finances, right? That's what they agreed to do. But the lawsuit accuses 568 of violating the law by conspiring with each other to discover students' finances, favoring wealthy students and turning away those who would need financial aid upon acceptance. Additionally, the group limited their financial aid packages and thereby artificially raised students' tuition burden. The suit wages institutions overcharge 170,000 financial aid recipients by at least hundreds of millions of dollars. Chicago doesn't admit any wrongdoing. Nonetheless, they have agreed to pay back its financial aid awarded to students from 2003 until the day of the settlement, which they don't give. Room and board expenses not covered by their allotted aid as well. The institutions named in the lawsuit include Brown University, California Institute of Technology, University of Chicago, Columbia University in New York, Cornell University, Dartmouth College, Duke University, Emory University, Georgetown University, Johns Hopkins University, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, otherwise known as MIT, the University of Notre Dame, Northwestern University, University of Pennsylvania, Rice University, Vanderbilt.
Basically, all your top universities, like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a few Ivy League in there, like Yale, Cornell. They're both Ivy League. Brown is Ivy League.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, they kind of. I mean, is it fucked up? Sure. But at the same time, it's like they work the system, so it was like.
Yeah. All of these schools are very expensive, very prestigious.
Right, you know, so it was like.
I'm pretty sure Dartmouth is Ivy League as well.
But wait, so they cut the financial aid aspect, like where they trimmed it down.
Well, no,
So
well,
a certain amount of students.
They were giving it, but they weren't
allowing everybody to get it.
They were showing preference to wealthy students.
So they don't have to. So they don't have to skim on their price, essentially.
Yeah, exactly, and then they can keep raising the price. They can keep inflating the price. It's kind of like the same thing with like in real estate. Like you know in San Francisco, right? Mm-hmm. How like you know you have the tech boom and all these people are there and they getting all these salaries like they're making a lot of money, right? So the cost of living in San Francisco is already like super high.
Right.
Go across the Bay where it's not that high, right? Bless you. Go across.
I'm gonna sneeze like a million times. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well,
it's allergies.
Well, the cost of living in the Bay, at one point in time, wasn't as high as it was in San Francisco. So a lot of people that lived in San Francisco were moving across the way to the Bay, where they could still keep their salary but pay way less, right? As a result of these people being able to pay more money, then people that own the property, the landlords, are charging more rent because they now have another base of people that can afford more. So they're gonna get. So if you can get more, you're gonna charge more, right?
Yeah.
So basically, essentially, this is kind of the same thing that happened here. You cater to more wealthy people, you know, which is kind of like their history anyway. Like all of these, all of these schools are already expensive, already catered to the elite. So basically, in order to keep that shit the way it is, you keep raising the price, right? And you don't necessarily give people the financial aid. You limit the amount of financial aid that people can get.
Right.
And that way these people that are disadvantaged, they have to come out of more out-of-pocket costs, right? So basically, so it was kind of like just a gatekeeper thing to keep poorer people out, keep rich elite people in, you know what I'm saying? And just basically keep the good old boys network going. So
is it really to keep poor people out, or is it just to really just get as much money as they can?
I think a little bit of both.
Because
I think it's both.
Because I think in that article, the one thing, the first thing I saw was somebody post, which pissed me off so much. It was like, oh, they keeping this. See, this is racism in racism. It has nothing to do with fucking racism. But in that,
It's more about money.
It's more about money. So in that particular case, it's like the school system is essentially finessing. They're just trying to get as much money as they can. Now, is it like it's at the expense of somebody who probably academically can get into that school,
right?
But can't afford it, probably out of pocket. But granted, at the same time, if they can receive the financial aid at the same, you know, if you can get the financial aid, it's almost the same as if you know if somebody else is paying for it.
And the thing about this, these were pretty much all private universities,
right? Yeah.
These aren't like state schools.
Yeah. So it was like,
well, I mean, overall in the United States, the amount of people that are going to colleges is getting shorter and shorter by the year. Like, you know, less people are going to these big Ivy League schools because, one, the prices are high, and then two, they're looking like.
Well, I mean, the average person has never been able to afford going to any of these schools,
like Dartmouth, Brown.
Yeah, so people,
Harvard.
So people like anybody that would be considered like even like middle class, lower middle class.
Yeah,
like you got to either have scholarships or or financial aid.
Right. But what I'm saying, like, even though the people that are able to afford it, a lot of them are not going to school. A lot of like you can look up the statistic of how many every year the amount of people that's going to college shrinking every year. Like people were like, no, I'll take a year off, or I'm gonna just find something I can just become an entrepreneur, or I'll just find a good job and call it for that. Like a lot of people are just not into school like that, and a lot of schools are raising their prices because they're missing out on. I mean, Dartmouth and stuff like that. They can probably raise.
Schools been the price of tuition has been going up.
Yeah.
Basically, ever since the federal financial aid
exactly.
came into play.
Yeah,
that's when schools really started. That's
right.
what really drove the cost up.
Right,
because they knew they were basically the schools knew they were covered. Right. Because the people because before there was a point in time where like regular people, so to speak, like you weren't going to college. Financial aid, federal financial aid for people to go to school, federally subsidized student loans were not always a thing, right? Once that shit really came into play, that's when the cost of going to school really started to inflate
because they know they're gonna get
because they know they're gonna get their money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I have I kind of struggle with this one a little bit because at the end of the day, these are like elite schools, right? So like we know that there's a lot of money that's gonna have to be paid to go here. Now and as far as them like gatekeeping and only one to keep this for the wealthy or whatever, like I mean I feel like this isn't really news.
Right, exactly. Right, you know that's another thing.
Like I kind of feel like this is kind of like status quo. I mean, good for them. The people that brought the lawsuit and they were awarded this money. Anybody that's involved in that class action suit, hey man, good for them. If you got a check coming, I'm not mad at that part at all. I don't know if this changes anything. If this is going to change the way they operate. If this moves the needle,
it's not
in any sort of way for real.
And then, like you said, like with the University of Chicago, for example, right? In that lawsuit, if I'm not mistaken, you said from what year? You said from 2013 on forward.
2003 until the date of the lawsuit. So and it doesn't give that date.
Okay, but so from 2003 on to whatever end of the day of the lawsuit, they received hundreds of millions of dollars, and they settled with 13.5. Oh, University of Chicago won. So
I mean,
you know what I mean? It's like and then like these are multiple.
But the university, so the hundreds of millions of dollars are spread out over these 17 universities, but still.
Oh yeah, but still,
I'm sure they still. I mean, we know how much money University of Chicago got.
A lot.
I mean, even though I'm sure they don't want to have to, but the thing is, they like I said, they never admitted to any wrongdoing.
Right, they just settled.
They basically just like, okay, all right, we just want this shit to go away. Here's $13.5 million. This should satisfy you. Leave us the fuck alone. And we gonna continue doing what the fuck we've been doing.
Exactly. So it's like, yeah,
because this doesn't mention if any like laws change. There are no other ramifications to this
at all
of them, like at least not as reported as what I've seen. There are no other ramifications to this as opposed to like them having to change their admission policies or how they distribute financial aid. Nothing of the sort, as far as I know. I could be wrong here. I could have missed that, but that doesn't appear to be the case. They're just paying money to make this go. Yeah, to make this go away. Yeah,
that's all it was.
Right.
Yeah. So
now one thing they did say, they did have to share some of their documentation as to how they were awarding financial aid and how they were awarding it, and allegedly this is supposed to help the lawsuit in terms of because the University of Chicago is the first one of these schools to actually settle and acknowledge it. So what they're gaining from the University of Chicago from this lawsuit is supposed to help them with the 16 other schools. Allegedly. So this isn't over, so to speak. So we'll see where this goes.
Go ahead.
But as of right now, this doesn't really seem to be this to me. This doesn't seem to be moving the needle in any way, shape, or form.
So in 2003, their tuition was $41,000 a year to go to.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, it is $69,000 to go to. $269,000 for 4 years. That's not including your living costs. If you want to live on campus and personal expenses, $364,000 $193 in 4 years.
$364,000.
So imagine, and what's the average admission is what? Maybe I don't know the average admission of this.
After receiving financial aid, it goes down to $42,000 a year. So basically,
you still got to cover that.
You still got to cover
and that financial aid that's not necessarily grants. That's probably loans.
Loans, yep.
Yeah.
So you imagine after undergrad being
$360,000 a day.
Not 300,000.
Oh yeah,
$369,000.
Fucking money.
But see,
even if somehow you get some scholarships or something, let's just say okay, you $250 in debt.
Right.
That's still
After undergrad.
But it just goes to show it's not catered to those kids.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are for your wealthy kid. But even back in 2003, $41,000 was a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
To go to school, $41,000 a year.
That's an average salary for.
I mean, you still talking in 4 years, just for tuition, not room or board. You were still at $160. So you still for 4 years at University of Chicago undergrad, you spending about $200K.
But like like I said, it's for those those schools are for. Like, when I worked at the Hyatt, we used to see those parents come in all the time. Like, they literally had a college fund since you was born. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but there are some people that were there on full scholarship. They do definitely have. So there are a lot of international students at the University of Chicago.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is like those people that do have that wealthy type of money. They like, oh, okay, because they automatically know when you go to a school like that. No matter what they don't have no bullshit majors, bro. Like, what I'm saying? There's no, it's not like a, no disrespect to the SIU or NIU or.
Ain't no disrespect. Those schools are not on the level of a University of Chicago.
If you go on those college campuses or their course and look at their majors or their, whatever your major is going to be, those majors are not on the University of Chicago's website or their board. Like I'm
sure some of them are. I mean, you have some.
I'm sure your main bases.
Yeah, your main base.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I think what it is.
I mean, you can. I mean, you can get a degree from the University of Chicago in mathematics or from fucking Chicago State.
Well, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So so shit like that. But but the level of education
on top of what that name brings.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. On paper, what that looks like. If you come in, if someone is going for a job and they see you graduate from University of Chicago as opposed to Chicago State, they're. Now that's not to say the person that went to University of Chicago that is actually smarter than anybody else. But in terms of name recognition, that's also a lot of what you're paying for when you go to these schools.
Right, and that's
like you're supposed to be able to like come out of college and school like that and walk right into a well-paying job.
And then but plus one thing people gotta understand, like it's all about. Especially black folks, we should understand this shit. It's a status symbol, people.
Yeah.
So my thing is, like in order for University of Chicago, Yale, Duke, Georgetown, Dartmouth, Harvard, Stanford, name any MIT, in order for them to maintain that status symbol, they can't let just anybody in. It is what it is. That gap has to be that fucking big. So when I
mean that's one way to look at it.
Right. You see, so when I say that when I see that lawsuit, it's like. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, guys, it's just one of those it is what it is type things. That's what those schools are for. It's a status symbol, people. Like, kind of like when niggas when you want to wear your Gucci and your J's and like it's a status symbol. You're wearing that because it's like you're being looked at as this versus it just
saying you graduated from University of Chicago is a flex.
It's
saying
a flex.
You graduated from Yale is a flex. Saying you graduated from fucking MIT,
but that doesn't give you common sense.
Well, no. I mean,
true. But at the same time, it's not meant to. Get into the nitty gritty of it. But man.
I was because all of my experiences with university kids has always been like they say the most weirdest and craziest things. I'm like, well, you just not from.
And a lot of them got good fucking jobs, making great fucking money. That's all that fucking matters.
Yeah.
In America, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? So it's like we can feel how we feel about like, oh, these kids are weird. Yeah, well, but they're living a great fucking life. So it's like,
well, yeah, they live a very modest, minimalist life. Which is that's what they
who live in a minimalist life. From people to go, have you walked in University of Chicago campus? sitting in fucking frat houses and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of people ain't living no fucking minimalist life.
when I say that, bro, like I've been on those campuses. I've been unfortunately been in those parties doing other things. But those kids don't care about Jordans, none of that. They come in with the same old Vans, dusty. Like one dude, he's like, bro, how many pairs of shoes you have? And I was like, at that time, I was like, I got about like 20. How many pairs of shoes you have? He was like, 2.
Yeah,
like, what I mean, minimalist is like they don't give a fuck about materialistic shit.
Yeah, he got a point on that. No, let me get a point on that shit. That is a bit.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't. You see them.
They really don't.
they in an Old Navy shirt, regular khakis, and some old Vans crusted, but they are worth millions. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit, and they don't give a fuck about how much they have. Like, there's people that graduate from the University of Chicago that probably make $200,000 a year and probably living like in a 1-bedroom. Regular apartment, chilling, stacking bread. Because they don't give a fuck about, like, I don't need a big fancy condo right now.
Nah, that's a fact.
Like, when I get married, then yeah. But right now, I'm going to pay this $1,400 a month. and I'm making $9,000 a month for my job. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving $4,000 a month. I don't have a car. I'm an Uber, take the bus, take the metro.
Yeah,
Minimalist. That's what I'm saying. Like a
yeah,
minimalist life. Like they just don't, believe in none of that shit. Like you can have a couple of them that come from that. Like, oh yeah,
So yeah, you got some like that, but you also have a lot of these people that are wealthy, that live in excess, that are not used to like fending for themselves, taking care of themselves. Like they may be like what we think about in terms of like clothes and shoes and shit like that, but in terms of like where they live in, what they do, how they live, what their day to day is like ain't nothing minimal about that shit.
I see your point on that, but what I'm saying is that they just have that mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have the mentality of they got $20,000 in the bank, right? Saved. And they go out and splurge and be like, oh my God, I'm so broke. Like that type of stuff. Like they got that cushion, but the way they think is like, I can't go lower than this 20. I gotta stay at this 20 and go up.
I feel you.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But either way, like, but in terms of like the school and policy, it don't look like shit's changing.
No, I don't blame them either.
Yeah,
I really don't.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's just
Yeah. Speaking of schools,
yeah, please, because we did you watch the documentary? Did you?
No, I didn't, man.
Man.
The reason why I didn't is because like today, I know you when you told me to watch it on HBO, man, I just ain't had time to. But yeah.
Well, I mean, when you can, please watch.
I heard about it.
I mean, yeah, because I know you remember the story. Do you remember the story when that actually happened?
This was the first time me hear about the story.
Oh, you hadn't heard? So what we're talking about is the documentary BS High. It's on HBO Max.
Yeah. Which is now Max now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it's just Max. It's not HBO Max. It's just Max. It's just dumbest fucking rebrand ever. But anyway,
right. I think HBO was way better.
Than so it's called BS High, and it was about Bishop Sycamore High School. Mm-hmm. It was a football team that represented a non-existent high school, and how the story basically it became a national story. Because they played one of the top ranked programs in the country, the IMG Academy in California, which is basically a football team that they built the high school around. That's pretty much the high school is centered around athletics. The school is just kind of like some shit they have to do when they're there, but it's mainly if the people that go to IMG Academy. Most of them are there. Like, if you went to IMG Academy to play football, like, you go in there and try to get you in a D1 school, possibly going to the league. Right. Like, the NFL is filled with players from IMG Academy. They all over the place. But anyway, so Bishop Sycamores made it to play IMG Academy in Canton, Ohio, at the Pro Football Hall of Fame on August 29th of 2021, and. It was such I remember this shit when it happened. It was such a crazy story because I watched some of it, but it blew up like instantly because they were talking about this shit during the game, like the commentators, like, hold on, okay,
Gee,
because
He does not-
motherfuckers was getting hurt. They were getting
Dude,
destroyed.
Dude, the commentator said, "That's a big tight end. You sure he's 18?
Yeah, and
The
that's,
nigga was 20 years old."
yeah. So it was definitely, it was all types of wild shit happening. So the August 2021 matchup, in which saw IMG trounce Bishop Sycamore 58-0. Read that again, 58-0, and resulting in a number of significant injuries in Bishop Sycamore players. It led to the game becoming a viral spectacle, and the team becoming the subject of widespread ridicule and the unraveling of Johnson's long-running fraud. Johnson is Roy Johnson, who was the coach of this school. And that dude is fucking
That nigga wild, bro.
wild. And I knew he had to be a wild boy.
He would not.
But bro, when you watch that interview and you just look at this shit that he said, he's a pathological liar. Maybe a fucking psychopath for real.
When the interview started, he was like,
"Do I look like a comment?"
he was like, "Hey, how I look?" Because I watched a body language class.
Right.
Oh, like, it's like, wait, what?
This nigga got like 30 lawsuits against him.
Wait.
You know,
Bro, like, it was crazy. Like I didn't want. I'm gonna still watch the documentary, but I'm familiar with that story. And yo,
and the thing is about football, bro, is you can really get motherfuckers hurt.
you can.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he had people on his team, so they were making it like they were making it to seem like a prep school. And for prep schools, for high schools, basically, a lot of kids will take a prep year. So they'll take a year, they'll graduate from high school, and they'll go to a prep school and just to play football for a year. So it's not really about them going to school. So you could be 19, 20 in prep school, right? Going and before you go to college, right? So that's why a lot of times you will have motherfuckers as 20, 21-year-old freshmen,
Right.
like just getting to school because they took a year off, they took a gap year, prep year, whatever. But the thing is,
This nigga.
perfect timing.
I know.
Anyway, but the thing is, if you're in prep school, you're only supposed to be able to play other prep schools.
Right.
And he was making it seem like it was a hybrid prep school, high school, which is impossible. It doesn't fucking exist. You can't have prep school players and high school players on the same fucking team because you could have a nigga that's 20 years old playing a nigga that's 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do that.
Bro.
Look.
And the shit that he was doing, somebody tore their ACL out there. They didn't have no fucking athletic trainers. One of the niggas' moms was out there trying to act like a trainer. They ain't had no gear.
Gee, the lady was like, "Where's your trainer?" He's like, "I don't need. You okay? Get up." Like get up.
Yo,
Get up. When he asked about the lawsuits, right? He was like, "Well, how many did you find?" Like
He's like 30.
he was like, "Yeah."
It was like over 30, man. Like he's dude is really fucking wild.
What
He is, man.
what did he say?
And the crazy thing is, but he didn't technically break any laws. I know he got some fraud because it was some shit where he like paid for some hotel rooms with some fake checks.
Yes.
So I think there's some criminal cases that might still be pending on that, maybe.
And the
but
PPP
other than that,
loans.
so
what?
and he didn't admit to that. But they say he got PPP loans in the kids' names.
Oh,
Gee.
Because
the
he was
part ain't here.
because he was because one of the shorties was like the dude, they would come there and they would fill out this little question, this little informational thing, and they would have to put their social security number on it. And so he had all the information. Oh, he was getting so many of these kids got like hotel bills and shit in their name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
he
what-
didn't fuck these kids credit up.
Dude, fuck them all.
That's weak as
Gee,
that ain't no.
Oh yeah. Bro. It's way deeper than I thought.
Look, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it, watch it. But when the man he said something that was very clever. He was just like, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you about the truth unless you bring the facts. Or some crazy shit like that, which means
that nigga is
Which means like I'm a lie unless you bring facts up, and then I'm like, oh well, that's me, that's me, yep, that's me. Like the thing about it, he knew not even the fact that he had to. One kid was on there and found out he had a PPP loan under his name.
Yeah, he said he didn't know.
And that he didn't know.
Even though the way he reacted, I don't know, something about that didn't seem quite right. Because if you find out a nigga like took out $20,000 in your name, you might have a little more of a reaction.
At the end of the show, they showed like how much money he had generated throughout the couple of years. Like there's no way.
No, they were talking about how much he owed. Like because they weren't making no money.
They weren't making no money, but he was. What I'm trying to say was the PPP loans, because there is truth to the fact that he had these kids take out PPP loans because then he started to charge them for tuition.
No, well, okay, yeah, because he was charging them for some shit. But why I say allegedly, because he didn't admit to putting it up to get the PPP loans. And you don't know if these shorties weren't getting PPP loans themselves because they were old enough to.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So
this is true.
But given the state of everything that was happening, it definitely looks like he did. I was just saying allegedly because they didn't. That was never actually definitively stated.
What was said was in there with the mom, when she was like, he was telling the kids like, ask your parents for the money, like tell them to take out a loan, or because he was trying to find ways to like pay for.
And he's selling them this dream because you got kids. These are all kids that think they should go D1. They think they should go to a big time school, and they weren't recruited or they didn't make it. So it's just like, man, come here, and I'm gonna get these. We gonna play these big teams. We're gonna get national coverage, and we gonna get you some good tape, right? So he's selling these kids this dream, and really just taking advantage of these motherfuckers. And it went on for a year because it wasn't just in 2021 because it actually started. So the whole thing started, it was a school, what's it called? Christians of Faith Academy, right? And they were doing, so it was a church I don't know if he went there, was a part of it. But anyway, it started off, it's supposed to be affiliated with a real school, right? Christians of Faith Academy. But then he got on some wild shit.
He owed the money.
It was something with money. I forgot exactly what happened there. But Christians of Faith distanced themselves from him. It was like there will be no football team associated with it. I think it had something to do with the cost because he had all this shit. He was trying to build out this huge facility, and it's just like they ain't have no money for that shit. So instead of just trying to find another school or do some shit, like actually go about the right way, he just decided to make up a school, basically. And he had these kids like living out of hotel rooms.
Classes.
They were renting out. They were renting out rooms in places. They would be like they once affiliated with this school, but it was like an alternative school. But then he never paid any money, so like that shit ended up quick. So everywhere he went, they were getting kicked out of hotel rooms. They were getting evicted from places. It was so. And my thing is, especially because you had some of the motherfuckers on talking they were the teen mom. Like as a mother, you seeing this shit and you still allowing your kid to be around and go through this?
The quarterback mom.
Right.
So look, let me tell you this. This is what I figured out. The quarterback mom was sleeping with dude. This is the way this is not fact. This is my opinion. Okay, because she was one of the main people on there talking about the shit, right? Mm-hmm. And you can tell, she'll get it. You feel what I'm saying? And she was with him a numerous of times. Like she was a traveling mom with him. She was like, I remember him telling me we got to go to this Kinko's so I can print out
Yeah,
this check.
yeah. Because she was talking about because she was like she didn't want to be a part of that shit.
Right.
Because like nigga, you can't print checks at Kinko's.
No, right. I was
Right.
saying print a check.
And he was like,
What?
he was like, no. She got my auntie. She got a printer, and she just scanned it. So I just got to, da 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 da. She like, yeah, all right. My thing is this, and this is when that happened, they was already like half the season in. So you're with this guy. Like you probably not.
Nah.
Y'all probably not in a relationship.
When they played IMG Academy, that was like their third game. Oh, but that was another thing. But they played. So he had them play. They played their first game. So he got with this matchmaker, and so dude was able to get them scheduled with all of these top schools. So IMG Academy was just one of the schools. They had like one of the hardest schedules in the nation. You know what I'm saying? And so, but he had them play. So they a game on a Friday, right?
Right. Yep.
And now IMG Academy game was on Sunday. So he had these motherfucking kids playing 2 football games in the span of 48 hours.
Dear God, man.
And and anybody that's ever played football,
That's
there's a reason why you only play once a week.
right.
That shit is hard on your body. You need, even in fucking high school, even as a kid,
Yeah.
your body needs some days to recover. The quickest turnaround I've ever had was playing on a Saturday, then playing on a Thursday.
Yeah, about to say about 5 days.
Yeah. So you got at least 5 days in there, right? So you got a couple of days to recover, a few days of practice. You know what I'm saying? And you got to get your body time to recover, to rejuvenate.
Man.
And he had these kids playing, and not only were they playing just a regular game, you playing against top fucking competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these motherfuckers was getting, it was really horrible, and I just like remember seeing it like, when that story happened in real time, and it was just but people were so amazed because during the game people found out this is a fake school.
Yeah, right.
So people are tweeting about this shit. They said motherfuckers went to like the people on the team during halftime. They was going checking their phones, and motherfuckers is clowning them.
Yeah,
like how y'all niggas play for a fake school. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
How late? And I thought that was kind of fucked up, and especially the part where the quarterback. They said after that he was supposed to be able to get a scholarship to go to Grambling.
Yeah.
But once they found out he was affiliated with that shit, they was just like, nah, son.
You went at real school.
Basically, think if you dumb enough to do some shit like this, if you dumb enough to go to a fake, because it was shit. Because I mean, kids are not like, and kids can be gullible, right? He definitely took advantage of people and took advantage of people that were trying
because it was a real fucked up situation.
Yeah, and they had dreams, you know, just like any other fucking con artist. You know, you see people they have a dream, they have a desire, they have something that they really want. And you tell them that you can get them there. You can get them this thing that they want.
Yeah, for your own personal gain.
Yeah. And but so he duped all of these kids, but there were so many like signs like, yo, y'all getting evicted. He said they didn't really have food. You know what I'm saying? He said this motherfucker said he would order like 30 chickens, like rotisserie chickens from the grocery store, right? And they would cook these chickens and he wouldn't come pick them up. So right. So, but because he would just wait to the end of the day because he knew they would always mark down the chickens at the end of the day. So he knew they would have enough. So that at the end of the day they get marked down to like $2 or some shit. Then he would come buy them all.
Yeah, he had these motherfuckers stealing. He had these people going to the store stealing water.
Oh my God, man!
And my thing is that like.
Well, it's unbelievable.
It's so crazy.
No, I'm still gonna watch it though.
Yeah, definitely.
In one scene, they had the kid talk about his experience there and how it affected him afterwards, because he really thought he was gonna go to college. Like he thought he literally, legitly had a chance to go to a D1 college, and when he kind of found out he couldn't do it, he talked about him. The guy told him, cut the camera off. He gets up. He forgets his microphone is on.
Oh, yeah,
and he walks off. And he's like, oh, the shit I did for that motherfucking kid. Like, just going off like.
You talking about Shorty with the dreads. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, bro. Like,
so he was out there talking with the mic still on.
Like, bro, most of the kids, I'm like, towards the end of the documentary, bro, these kids is like they grown men now. They like crying. Like they young men in their 20s. Like, bro, like I thought this was a legit program. Except for that one shorty.
But
something happened.
Motherfuckers do.
Yeah, I'm about to say that part I'm a little iffy on because like you had to know that.
Well, no,
but at the same time, they were still kids, though.
They were still kids.
Right.
Now, in his defense, in one part, one of the kids was like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first got here, it was great. We was staying at the best hotels. We was eating real good food. We had, like, people there, like, with water. We had different equipment. Like, it was legit. Like, we was working out in this beautiful facility. Like, it looks legit.
Oh, that was when they had, I think they had this first little tryout when they first, because they were renting, it was some facility out there in Ohio, but it was like a sports complex. Like, they never had any sort of real facility.
Right, but as kids, you don't know that. You listen to this grown man say, no, this is our practice facility. This is where we're gonna come practice all the time. And then one dude, I think he was in the beginning of the documentary. I don't think he finished out the documentary, but he was like after his third day, he could tell bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because one of them shorties was just like, no, I'm getting up out of here.
Yeah,
he called his mom
left.
and like, I want to go home.
Yeah, he like,
you know what I'm saying?
he like, there's no structure, there's no real routine.
They weren't going to class. There were no classes. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that.
And the mother, they talked about there was no playbook. They didn't have any real coaches.
He took the playbook from Madden, bro. Yeah. He took the playbook from Madden.
You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't a real football coach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they didn't have any sort of system. You know what I mean? Like they just out there.
It's like how demented do you have to be to?
And that's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like how do you do that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
For the like, what my question would be, what would be the goal? Like, what was the purpose?
To try to get some money, to try to get famous, to try to like.
Yeah, and that's
and he thinking in his mind, he's thinking he's really gonna create this school. Like we basically on some fake it till you make it type shit. Like he really did want to create a school, but he was just like unrealistic about how to go about that. Shit.
And that's the thing. I can't necessarily, even if he did say that, I can't necessarily believe that's the case because as a individual who is not a football coach, I'm assuming you don't have any experience of being one to that degree. How in the world do you believe you can start a school by beginning with a football program?
Because he's delusional.
That's what I'm saying. So you see what I'm saying? My question is like for him, if that was really your goal, my goal is I want to start a school. I'm gonna begin by starting a school with creating a fake football program. What? You see what I'm saying? Like
it wasn't really about, because he didn't really give a fuck about a school. He just wanted a football team.
Right. So that's my thing. So you had to, even if that's the case, you just wanted a football team. All right, but what's the end goal? That was it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know.
You have an end goal to get money, to be rich and famous, put kids in the NFL.
And that's the thing. Don't get me, and like, I'm not asking y'all because obviously y'all can't answer it. But it's just it's odd to me. I don't understand where he's coming from.
But I'm gonna go ahead.
No, but the only thing I was gonna say is, I wonder what HBO offered him in order for him to tell the story.
Oh, he got a bag.
I don't think
he didn't get a good bag.
I don't think he got a good bag. I think they offered to take care of his legal fees. It had to be. It had to be some sort of trade off.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I know they said he owed, like, in terms of judgments, all this shit. He was like in excess of like $300,000.
Oh yeah. They probably Max paid. HBO paid that shit.
So that's what because he also at the end of the documentary he tweeted out like new school coming 2024.
Oh yeah.
Like,
so he's still trying to do it. Still coming
like,
back.
The thing about it is like you have programs that are specifically for football, basketball, that are baseball, that are not affiliated with a school.
Yep.
But those are programs that your parents pay for privately that you go to and train with NFL players, NBA players, baseball players, all this stuff while you were in high school. But
but that wasn't his route. His route was to
I think that's where his route should have been. And I think
it couldn't have been that because he had no credentials. He wasn't a real fucking coach. You know, so he doesn't have the backing. I know he was like an intern,
right?
For I forgot what.
But the thing about it, there are not a lot of
with the
programs.
Jets. He was an intern with the New York Jets.
Yeah, there's not a lot of programs that are funded. I mean, that are ran by non-NFL players, right? There's like maybe a few because
it's actually a lot.
Right, it's probably a lot.
But these are people that actually played, that have coached,
but
that have credentials.
Yeah, but wait, what I'm trying to say is there are people here. It's a guy here in Chicago that runs one of the best basketball programs, and he never played basketball, but his best friends play basketball, and he funded. So like that's what I'm saying. Like,
but he didn't have no money.
Right, you're right. So he had no money, he had no credentials.
Right.
You missing? What I'm trying to say is that there are people out here that legitly do it that don't have the credentials.
No, I get
the credentials.
I get what you're saying, but those people that don't have the credentials are not. They're not trying to fucking be the coach.
But I understand. But what I'm trying to say is I think that's his route. All I'm saying is I think that was his route in the very beginning. I don't have this coaching experience where I can probably create this program, get this funding, and eventually I can bring in these players, you know what I'm saying, from the New York Jets or whatever, to probably coach these kids and teach them something. But the shit didn't work. So he was like, fuck it, I'm going to just do it on my own. And I'm going to just do it this way.
Because I don't think that was his angle in the beginning, because it was always about him. It was always about what he wanted. That was a division that he had. He wanted to be the coach. He wanted to do this shit. He was completely fucking delusional.
Yeah, he sounded like
a he's a fucking narcissist, fucking all of the above, bro. Like this dude is and it's almost like, but it's crazy though, because he's saying that he's trying to come back out with another school.
I think he lying. He joking.
He might not be, but because that dude the Fyre Fest is coming back.
It is. You right. I forgot all about that.
They doing another Fyre Fest.
But Buddy's still in jail though, and Ja Rule in part of.
Buddy is out. What's his name? Billy McIntyre. He been out like a year or so now. Billy McIntyre. Is his name Billy McIntyre? Hold on.
Wait, he's out. I thought he was still in. I thought it was like his associates was starting that.
No. He's out. And I want to say he's been out.
Yeah, he's been out for a while, bro. I think it's more like 2 years he's been out.
Now that motherfucker I remember. Now I remember that.
Billy McFarland.
Yeah.
Hold on, is he out of jail?
I thought he was still in. I heard that they are trying to start that though. Restart. Yeah, I don't know why that you even want. I mean, I take that back. I can see why. I can see why a legit company with the money in the back can take advantage of that name. Like, hey, remember the Fyre Fest? Now they really gonna have a bunch of people.
Not even that. If it would have worked out.
Yeah, he served 4 years in prison. He's out.
Yeah.
He's out.
Because
that was it. Only 4 years.
The Fyre Festival, bro.
Hey man, people could have fucking died there, bro.
Yeah, people could have died.
Crazy.
But think about it. The original idea
was genius.
Was fucking genius.
Yeah, but he didn't have the money.
That doesn't matter. We're just talking about the idea. Like if somebody had $800 million to be like, all right, let's do it. But I'm just saying, like, because there's a lot of people that come up with great fucking ideas. They just ain't got the funds to do it.
No, I'm just saying, which is fine. Everybody can come with a good idea, but it's one thing having an idea. It's another thing just frauding people. Like he was a fraud.
That idea was golden. I'm sorry, like the whole.
It could have been great, but it was too
genius, bro.
But the thing is, he didn't have the facilities. He didn't have the people. Nothing. He didn't have what it took to pull that off. And
he convinced Ja Rule.
And he convinced. It wasn't just Ja Rule. He convinced a lot of fucking people. A lot of fucking investors.
No, it was just funny because Ja Rule
bought them. But a lot of people bought them tickets and showed up on that fucking island.
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because even in Ja Rule defense, Ja Rule's like, dude, I went to the nigga way before, like when we were scouting out locations. He like, we went to the location. They do his first and last name. They taking us around, like this is where the tents are gonna be. This is where this is gonna be. The stage is gonna be here. Yeah. He like the original idea was to have a floating stage where like artists would be.
So he's not doing a Fyre Fest Part 2.
Okay.
He has this new venture called PYRT, pronounced Pirate, and he's supposed to kick things off by hosting a remote island extravaganza. One that McFarlane insists is not a festival.
That's the Fyre Festival, bro. It's the
featuring
same
a
thing.
slew of influencers and creators. The proposed tropical experience would include virtual reality technology that the company says will allow users to participate and control what happens on the island in real time from home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, from home?
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, all right, but
So you
still,
on some virtual reality shit now.
all right, okay, all right. That still
Well,
sounds like
some
the Fyre
metaverse.
Festival. Yeah, that sounds like metaverse shit.
Yeah, so it's basically it's gonna be Fyre Fest in the metaverse.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, shit. Well, but anyway, so I mean, but Billy McFarland is a young white man that comes from a wealthy background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he get away with shit like that. My man Roy Johnson,
yeah, nah,
it's a rap for Roy. You know what I'm saying?
But
Roy Johnson ain't got shit coming to him, but probably prison in the next. You know, what I'm saying? So
shit
even if he don't go to jail for this shit, something because somebody like that is you because you don't. He's a pathological liar. He can't help himself.
No, he can't.
He can't. He's always going to be trying to get people. He's always going to be hustling. He's always going to be trying to trick people out their money. Yeah. And there's one thing that'll get you fucked up faster than anything is playing with people's money. And he just ain't fucked over the right person yet, or the wrong person.
As soon as that documentary was over, I was like, bro, if one of those kids see that nigga in the street, it's action. It's a going up.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Roy
Johnson, one of the wildest niggas in history.
Hell,
like,
top 5.
It was a good documentary. I watched that on Hulu.
Oh my god, Roy Johnson, one of the wildest niggas ever, bro. Like,
top 5.
Yeah, gotta be at least top 5.
Top 5. Wildest.
If we do like a top 5.
Wildest
of this year of the wildest people of 2023.
No, he's probably in life.
But
he's probably in life, bro. That's a wild guy.
But I'm just saying, this year, if we did that, like a rundown at the end of the year of the most craziest people that's pulled off some wild shit in 2023.
But that was a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was because that was in 2022.
Remember when the documentary came out now? Yeah. I'm just saying, like the story.
I mean, 2021. I'm sorry, but either way, it was wild, and it's crazy because. Even though it was 2 years ago, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
No,
I feel like that shit just happened. That's why I was like, damn, these niggas got a documentary already.
Man, that's why I said because like I remember seeing the shit when it happened.
Yeah, it was like this shit was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
bro, they going these documentaries. The thing about it, you're gonna see a lot of more documentaries on television right now because I think the writers are still on strike.
Oh that shit.
So your new shows that you was expecting to come back in the fall are not coming
all
back.
types of movies that were supposed to come out.
Because I'm pissed because I'm a Yellowstone. The Yellowstone is good as shit, and I'm waiting. Y'all give me 6 episodes and y'all just disappear. We'll be back.
Let me tell you what's gonna happen, bro.
What's that?
They are gonna find a way to get these actors' images and their voices. That's one that they're gonna make money on.
So
that was one of the reasons why they were striking.
This is the whole reason. One of the main reasons they're striking, because and it is kind of fucked up because basically they were trying to control. So with this new AI technology, in these deep fake and all this other shit that they're able to do now. And obviously the technology isn't quite there yet, but it's gonna get there.
Oh, it's close.
I mean, because it's close now, but especially with the speech shit.
Oh, the speech
voices.
Is wow.
So basically, they wanted to be able to actors to be able to license the company, the big studios, the companies or whatever, to license their likeness, their image, their voice, all that other stuff, and pay them one time, give them a one-time payout, and then basically be able to use that voice and their likeness in perpetuity for as long as they want to.
So this is with the actors.
With the actors, but with the but also with the writers. For one, the writers just aren't getting paid enough. But for writers, also they want protections against like shit like Chat GPT.
Right. That's what I was. From my understanding, that's what it was all about in the first place.
The writers they struck first. The writers struck first.
The writers struck first, and then actors was like, "Well, we're going to fall in line with you and support you." Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because
AI is threatening both of their likelihoods.
Well,
Now, just to give you an example of what it could be like, even though this movie was trash, but y'all remember Bad Boys 3? Did y'all see that movie?
Yeah.
Remember the scene? You didn't see? Okay. Well, whenever you get a chance, you can look at a clip. Remember the scene where Will was fighting this nigga and they were jumping on from roof to roof?
Yeah.
And you can see Will Smith likeness?
Yeah.
That wasn't Will Smith at all.
Right.
But they was able to implement his face on it looked like that was Will Smith, but it wasn't him at all.
Yeah.
So that's essentially what's going to happen with, well, at least that's what they're trying to do when it comes to creating movies.
And basically, they wouldn't have to have, like, Will Smith wouldn't have to be there at all.
No, they don't need his permission to do nothing.
Exactly. But so they basically just want to be able to pay them one time for their image and likeness, and then be able to use this shit however the fuck they want to.
Now this is what I think is gonna happen. All it takes is one domino to fall. Yeah. And if one of them do it, that's all it's gonna take. Because I promise you, now I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a bunch of actors that do it. It's probably gonna be some actors that don't really matter, like some B-list, C-list, Z-list actors. But that one actor that does it, that one B-list, maybe A-list actor that does it, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a matter of time before that shit goes.
And it's crazy because, and I know we're not talking about this for real, so we're gonna wrap up. But it's crazy because you know that the people that they're striking against, like obviously the big actors like the Denzels, the Will Smiths of the world, they're gonna be straight. Mm-hmm. But a lot of these actors that are really just like, you know, like really just working.
Y'all fucked.
And even when you talk about the highest paid actors, they ain't got shit in comparison to these movie executives, these people that own these fucking studios.
Yeah, no.
So they can wait this shit out. They don't. Yeah. They ain't say, okay, we ain't gonna release no movies next year. Okay, all right.
They got the money.
Yeah, we gonna be fine. Let's see how long you last though.
And that's why I think Kevin Hart said on one of his latest interviews, because he was, they interviewed him because he hurt himself trying to raise somebody in NFL.
This nigga tore his hip abductors. That shit's got to be. He can't even walk.
Yeah, it was
he can't
crazy.
Walk. Yeah.
How you tell you? Golly,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is the main reason why Tyler Perry was forcing us to buy our own studios to create our own revenue, because he was like, Kevin Hart owns his own studio. Like he has his own shit situation. So he was like, this is the main reason why we're so adamant about, like, you get into a level where you're able to afford to do this and be able to afford, like, Tyler Perry shows are still going to go on because he's paying those actors, he's paying his writers, he's paying his actors. He ain't got to pay the studio because he's making everything on his property. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Kevin Hart. He like, my movies are still going to be in existence because I'm paying my writers, I'm paying the actors, and I'm have my own studio. He like, that's where we need to get to at some point, because he was like,
well,
they could do this.
Well, if that's the case, I know. I'm just gonna say this. We're gonna leave it alone because we weren't supposed to go this route. But I'm gonna say this though: if that's the case, they need to strike while the iron is hot. Because if I'm Kevin Hart, if I'm Tyler Perry, I'm like, hey guys, come over here.
Oh, I'm pretty much. It's a lot of those conversations.
I'm telling you, because this is a perfect opportunity.
I'm guaranteed, like Issa Rae, all of those those Hollywood actors, movie directors, and writers, they're definitely going to be moving over, talking to Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I mean, Grant, and I'm like, hey, look, I know you used to getting this amount of money. You gonna start off not getting that much, but hey,
yeah, man.
At least you get the
that's the crazy world that we live in, man. And wrapping up.
But that's the thing. I don't know if it's I don't because they're striking, and I don't think it's necessarily a matter of because they were getting paid. Because like when you talk about, because the SAG after I forgot exactly how you pronounce it, but that union, they're a union, right? So they negotiate, they collectively bargain a rate. Mm-hmm. Right, so okay, you have your actors to get paid. They have certain different contracts, but like there are certain hours that they have to work, and that applies not just to them. These are the people that are operating the boom mics, the cameramen, you know what I'm saying, the lighting people. Like all of these people fall underneath these. So I don't think it's necessarily about like them being able to like. I know that they can benefit from this because. But it's not just about them working for, or just, it's not as simple as them just going to work for Tyler Perry. I know that's not.
Well, I mean, because they unionize. I mean, I work with unions. I'm pretty much sure it's totally different. My friend Christina that lives in L.A., she's an actor and a comedian. She was like, she's the one that sent me an article about what Kevin Hart was saying, because even if you're in the union, somebody can still pay you your rate, and you can do that work. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, you can. But then you crossing the picket line.
True. Yeah.
Because
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's because like either we all striking. I mean, I'm sure there are people there probably still, but most of these like shows and all this shit, none of that stuff is happening right now because people are on strike. So if you go and you still working, that's.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
That's you crossing the picket line.
But that's what I said. Tyler Perry shows is still dropping this fall. Like he's not stopping.
Right, but Tyler Perry isn't. That's a different. He's a different entity.
I don't know, like, because I don't know enough about this to have really have an intelligent discussion on it because I don't want to misstate or say anything or misrepresent anything. But yeah, either way, you know what I'm saying. Shit is different now. But yeah, I think
we're gonna wrap it up soon.
Yeah, I think that's it for today.
So, you know, we got off to a whole nother topic. Now I couldn't even get into one of my recaps. Was when September 23rd is Tony Sport's birthday. So the guys from C.V.S, leaders, shout out to Diego, Corey, Vale, V-Dot, all the people out there. They came together and they came out with this T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? With Tony Sports on the cover, on the front, in front of the original location, with the hat. They still have it on their website available. We had a small little event. They also came out with some Adidas Pro Model shell toe Adidas, high top, all white with the black. I'll send Rell the picture.
Yeah, I see.
It was just a lot of things that Tony did represent that a lot of people didn't know. So, like, you know, every year we're going to come out with a shirt, a hat, a sweater, and a shoe to memorize his whole birthday and his presence of being on here. I would play the little clip, but we're pressed for time. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. So make sure y'all check out, go down to C.V.S. Shout out to Vale. Make sure you stop at leaders.com. Make sure you check them out. And yeah, man, support, man. You know what I'm saying? It's Chicago history that we need to keep alive and keep that memory alive and keep going. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Yeah, what else was I say? Yeah, shout out to Hip Hop Underground. Ran into you at the Conway show. The Conway show was pretty fucking awesome. I was a little bit disappointed. He didn't perform the greatest hits that I wanted him to perform, but, you know, Stove God came out. 38 Special came out. It was a good show. But, yeah, man, what else you guys got to talk about the rest of the week? What you guys got coming up?
Nothing really. Yeah, I don't have any announcements or anything.
Nothing yet, man. It's you know, it's about to be fall. Summer ends September 22nd.
Yeah.
I ain't no shit.
I'm trying to be low key for a little while.
You got I got my Tony tickets.
Yeah, I've been had those.
No, I'm saying I got mine.
Okay, yeah, I'm going that.
Definitely going to that.
One Music Fest end of October too. So I'm really just trying to like.
Oh yeah, so you going to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay,
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's gonna be.
Yeah, I got my ticket already. I still got to book my flight. That's one thing I haven't done. But I got my hotel. I got all. I just got to get my plane tickets.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. So.
All right, man. Tell the people they can follow you guys at, man.
Rell the Producer 914
____. I got you, bro.
Also 914 Media Group. also on Instagram.
Oh, man.
Weezy Cage, WAZEZY IG Twitter.
And sometimes why, nigga?
Yeah. Sometimes why. Hey, shout out to other guy, Sean. He couldn't make it today. It's just us in the building today. So, you know.
Yeah, shout out Just Sean. That's him on IG, and I believe
Star Photo Pics. He still got that up.
No, he still got Star Photo Pics. Oh yeah, So yeah, Star Photo Pics, and he got Just Sean. Is it Just Sean the comic, or is it I think it's Just Sean.
Yeah, I think it's Just Sean. Yeah,
Just Sean. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, man. Make sure y'all follow EOPPpodcast.com. And yeah, man. We're gonna talk. I got a new drop.
Yo, if you get easily offended, turn this shit the fuck off. Stupid. What's wrong with you? Fuck you even turning on for?
I like that. That
you
worked.
Like that? You
that
like
worked.
That?
Man.
All right, man. We out, man. Easily Offended Podcast.
The Chicago.
South of the South.